Good evening, and welcome to Midnight Convo's podcast with your girl, Tiffany Nicole, a.k.a. your queen to be. With my fellas, King Chuck is not in the building.
Nah.
Not tonight. But the Sarge is here.
Saca fête. Nula.
The hubby's in the building tonight.
What up, though?
Bugs.
You know, he doesn't like the front of the screen too much. But he's here tonight. We had a little shuffle with the guests tonight. So we here. Convo 68. If you missed any of our previous ones, go to SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Podomatic. Tune in. Check out our videos on YouTube. And what we need...
5-star rating, baby. 5 stars.
Listen. It's a lot going on. First of all, before we get into our convo, before we get into the results from last week, the bays of the week, and all that good stuff. How's your week?
I gotta go.
Thus far, how's it going?
Blessed. We're still here. So, voted, by the way. So, listen, if nobody voted, you can't have a discussion with me. I don't want to hear shit. Until you put that ballot in, okay? I don't want to hear nothing.
Man,
I'm with you.
I'm not with that. Some people have an opinion,
No, you can't have an opinion if you don't go out and exercise your right to vote.
Say it.
Save it, because we know what's going on in this world right now. Mm-hmm. So if you don't do anything about it, you can't complain. You can't say nada. So I'm with Ajax, the Sarge, with that.
Thank you.
Don't say nothing, jack shit to me if you didn't go out and vote. Your civic duty.
I don't want to hear what I live with.
I don't want to hear your political opinion.
Yeah. None of that. It doesn't matter. I'm like,
boy.
Did you vote?
I sure did.
No, I'm just saying, if they say...
Oh, yeah.
Mute. Like, I put blinders to you if you didn't vote. I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
I'll turn straight up Dr. Evil and zip it. Nope.
I'm with you. I have to agree. Bae, how's the week so far?
It's been good, man. Very relaxing. That's the way it always has to be with me for right now, and very productive. My kids had a lot of days out of school this week.
Yeah, man.
If you're in New Jersey, there's a lot of days off this week, so I know you're happy that your kids are about to go back.
I wonder, is it only our state that has a teachers' convention every November, or do other states have like their kids like out of school randomly in November?
I would say why don't they have it during the summer, but it's
well,
whatever.
It's a good time for teachers to get training, and you have to get that within the school year. So there's a certain amount of hours that they have to get different.
So
trainings.
They can't do it during the summer?
No, because it has to be within the school year. The summer is not the school year. It's the break.
So you take my kids out of school so that you could do some, continuing education type?
Absolutely. For
I gotta interrupt my schedule to babysit or figure out what I'm gonna do with the kids.
Yes. Figure it out, Daddy.
Well, either way.
So yeah,
extremely blessed though.
Yeah,
absolutely. So let's get into the results from the Cut It Loose last week. So I made it hard, and based on the results, I think people found it. I don't know. Well, we had rap groups. We had Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Outkast.
Oh, by the way, 25 years, since the first album dropped.
From Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang.
It's been that long?
Yo, they just turned. 25 years, bro. Wow. A lot of shit happened with that 25 years.
Damn, you don't think it's that long.
No, you don't.
Oh my God. Meth, Reza, Jezza, Inspector Deck, You God, Ghostface, Raekwon.
Old Dirty.
R.I.P. to Old Dirty.
And then you had the new added members, which was
Capadonna. Anybody else?
Yeah, they had
a few of them.
They had the girl that never. She was good on a couple of joints, but they never went long distance with her. Nikki, I think her name was.
Was that the singer?
Nikita. Yeah,
Wasn't that the singer that was on Ghostface? Is all that
and it had Master Killer.
Master Killer. I think wasn't he original? Yeah, he was.
But wait, I think Master Killer wasn't he part of Gravediggers or something?
No, he wasn't he was part of Wu-Tang, but he wasn't the 9 to start. He was.
We gotta find out who are. Yeah, Capadonna was definitely.
Well, he always got shout outs. Master Killer always.
You sure he wasn't part of the original Wu?
No.
We gotta find out.
No.
If you know for sure, shout out the original Wu members. It was a lot of them.
Yeah, you would know. You would have said just like you counted all of them. You would have counted Master.
25 years.
25 years. That's a classic. If you don't have that album, if you don't know of that album, go shoot yourself.
And
36 chambers.
They need to be looked at with different eyes too, because you gotta look at a rap group with 9 members.
It's hard.
Still together today, despite of course losing some members to tragically, but still 9 rap dudes. I'm sure there had to be some ego battles, but everybody still stuck together no matter what.
And then they were able to, real quick, to branch off, do what they do,
right, independently,
solo, and then come back together.
And still make solid projects when they came back.
Absolutely.
Together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's hard.
Wu-Tang, I didn't even know that, so thanks for that tidbit,
no doubt.
Sarge. So we have Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, Bone Thugs and Harmony, NWA. So with 8% of the vote, the people have spoken. They've chosen to cut Wu-Tang Clan.
8%. There you go.
With 15% of the vote, the people have spoken. They decided to cut Outkast.
Okay.
25% of people have spoken, and they decided to cut NWA. Overwhelmingly, I'm sorry. It hurts me to say it.
I called it.
52% of the people have voted. They've spoken. I hear you loud and clear. They cut Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I said, what you gonna do
when
you get cut?
I fuck for Bone. I think they were before their time. I think they started their own niche, and a lot of people try to ride that wave.
Doesn't mean they're not liked.
No, they are liked. It's just that group. I get it. But I fucks with Bone. I didn't cut them. So, it is what it is. So, let us know. If you missed last week's show, who would you have voted for? Wu-Tang Clan, Bone Thugs, Outkast, or NWA? All right. Fellas.
Yo.
I was going to have a female on as a guest tonight since King Chuck is out. And I like sometimes doing it with a female, doing the Babe of the Week with a female, because they understand what I'm talking about, you know? Mm-hmm. You guys rush me. Ajax like, he's probably European.
Which he usually is.
Let me just enjoy having my baby. So I was happy to have a female, but it didn't happen. So, with that being said, Ajax, who's your Babe of the Week?
My Babe of the Week is Laura Harrier.
Who the hell is that?
I know
that name.
I was watching Black Klansman this week, and I saw her, and then I realized she's also the same girl from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Is she white?
No, she's black.
She's a sister? Okay.
Yeah, she's a sister. So yeah.
So she's an actress.
She's an actress.
She's a real actress.
Oh, real?
Not
no. She's a real actress.
Not an Instagram.
No.
I want to be an actress.
No.
I think he said last week he's actually not going to pick an Instagram person.
Right. I mean, I did say that. It's like
for that week.
It just so happens that I'm on the gram and I see them, but doesn't mean it's necessarily what I'm going to pick. But
9 times out of 10.
If I watch a movie and I see somebody, I'm like, oh, it's pretty appealing. So Laura Harrier.
Okay, I have to find out who she is. Pick up a picture so I can get a glimpse of who she is.
Well, let me chime in, yo. My Babe of the Week is Nikita Guerrero.
You sound like you're fucking up that name.
I know. I always just see Nikita because she'll be putting her whole name together. Nikita Guerrero. All right, Guevara.
Is she an IG star?
Yeah, she's on IG. She's on the gram heavy.
Let me see. Can I see?
Oh yeah, there you go.
See, why the first picture?
Here's Laura Harrier.
I know who she is. But why the first picture?
Well, she West Indian. She West Indian. She be in these places, in these carnivals and stuff. You know, in these carnivals. Name? Nikita.
You say she's on the gram?
Yeah, she's on the gram.
Okay.
Nikita.
First picture I see is an ass shot. Booty.
Everywhere. Yeah, but
he's looking her up. She's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty young.
There's so many of them popping up.
Gue. It's Nikita. Guevara.
Oh, N-I. Okay.
All right, so that's their Babe of the Week.
Yo, how about you, young lady?
All right.
Who you sweating
I
this
thought you
week?
never asked.
Who you sweating this week?
Okay, so you ain't got to do all that. It's not necessary. I didn't do that with you.
Yes, sir.
That's her.
Okay.
My Babe of the Week is Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just think he is beyond sexy.
Sound like you're a fan too.
Huh?
Yeah, he does.
He is one of the best receivers in the league, man.
He's beyond sexy. He has swag, charisma, and he's good. He's really good at his job. But just the swag he puts it on,
Hey, go to
I know. I can't help it. It just happens. I gotta sit on my hands. But that's my bae of the week. So, ladies, gentlemen, Antonio Brown is the bae of the week for me.
She remind me of the grandmother in the and with the Clumps movie. You know what I'm saying? Nutty Professor.
Sexual have relations. Sexual have relations.
I did when I was younger. I skipped me so much. Nobody want to hit on that. Mind your business.
I sat down the other day, had a sharp pain in my stomach, and I realized I was sitting on my damn teddy.
That's great.
Shout out to Eddie Murphy for bringing the classics.
Oh man,
the Nutty Professor. So that's our bae of the week for the team. Let us know who you're crushing on. Let's get into our first combo. See, and it's because I didn't know my hubby was going to sit in with us today. He kind of knows this topic because we kind of talked about it. And I wanted to get his opinion. So now you can put your opinion out there
on the air. Okay.
So my question to you guys is, do you shame people who who use paper plates? Now the bigger question is, because a lot of times people like to post their meals. Oh, I cooked for hubby. Okay. Oh, I cooked for wifey. Okay. Look at this lobster meal I made. And they put it on a paper plate.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, a cousin of ours, she made this shrimp seafood meal. And she put it on a paper plate.
Okay.
And
Joe, shout out.
Somebody tried to go in on her, like, how you make this meal on these damn paper plates? You got to do better than that. And she kind of lighted them up. Okay. She lit them up.
Her feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
No, it's about breakfast.
But still, she was feeling kind of way that they said something about it. And I was having this discussion with my hubby, like, do you feel that you got to put shit on dishes? And he was like, if I'm going to have a nice meal, then he prefers it to be on a dish instead of a paper plate.
I agree. There's times for paper plates and there's times for, the porcelain plate. If we're just grabbing a quick bite, in front of the TV or something like that, even then I still want my plate. But depending on the circumstances, a paper plate is not bad. Okay, like, I understand.
So it's a time and place for it.
Definitely.
Yo, but let's check this out. Back to what she was saying. You're going to post something on social media and you're going to talk about this meal you prepare. I know you can get down in the kitchen,
right,
Ajax. So what I'm saying is, are you going to post that on a paper plate or are you going to post that on a regular plate after you don't brag about how you want to put it?
Well, I'm going to say two
down
things.
In the kitchen.
I'm going to say two things. I usually put my food on porcelain plates whenever I cook. And even if there's paper plates, I forget.
Because you're used to putting...
Right, and that's what it should be. I want to hit my fork hitting the plate and bling, bling, bling. But at the same time, if you're going to put something online, you have to expect that somebody's going to say something. You know what I'm saying? So...
To me, the plate shouldn't take away from the meal. If I'm having a seafood or steak dinner and I want to put it on a paper plate because I don't want to wash the dish... This so fucking big. Don't try to come on my timeline talking about you need to upgrade or you need a China.
People do be hating though.
That people hate. That's what you want to do.
They probably just can't get the seafood. They can't get the seafood themselves.
Because EBT cards, you can't get that on. Woo. You can't get seafood on it. Wow. So don't hate that I can afford it. Don't worry about if it's on
a paper plate or a porcelain plate.
Porcelain plate. What does that matter? Because Raymond said to me if you're gonna brag about the meal or if you're gonna make a nice meal. So what if it's just a regular meal, like an everyday night? I just cooked for my kids right now. So if I want to put it up, hey, it's a long day. This is what I'm making tonight. Whatever. It gotta be on a porcelain plate.
Hamburger, French fries on paper plates.
Listen, like I said, I understand the circumstances and
hot dogs.
But I do look at seafood in some ways. If I'm preparing a nice seafood platter, I need to have,
What if it's a nice chicken platter?
Bling, bling.
Huh?
What if it's a nice chicken platter?
Bling, bling.
A chicken breast stuffed with mozzarella.
If you're gonna present the dish in a certain manner, then you know what? Maybe it should be presented on something that enhances the look of the plate. Like if I go to barbecue and I'm having seafood at the barbecue, I'm not expecting a portion plate. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a barbecue. But if I'm at home and it's kind of like, okay, and what's an extra dish in the sink?
Oh God.
Let me ask you this: if you went to a barbecue and then everybody's outside in the grill and then they gave you your cheeseburger and your ribs on a porcelain plate in the backyard, how would that make you feel? And you take a picture on the grill. I'm at the barbecue. The porcelain plate.
It makes you feel like you had a
not a barbecue.
You're better.
You see what
better than average barbecue, I guess I would say.
It will come across for the criticism, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. My point is that somebody's gonna chime in. So if you say I'm making this lobster dish or I'm making this chicken stuffed with cheese or something in this new recipe,
some Luke Gordon shit,
and then you gonna put it on the paper plate. You're inviting that. You just told you just about to stunt on how you cook this and nobody else can cook this.
No, well, no one is saying that. I just say that this is what I made. It's not saying that I cook better than you or you can't make it. It's just this is what I made. So if you invite yourself into my comments talking greasy, then expect these lips to flow. Expect these words to flow right back at you.
Oh man,
we just got to do better.
Well, you know, to each his own.
I don't think we should shame people for paper plates.
You know, then again, there's always the whole thing of I don't want to wash dishes, which is fine. You know, paper plates and whatever, but don't let it be an everyday thing, though.
Okay, that's fair, but let's not shame people if maybe that's all they can afford is paper plates. Maybe they don't got the money to get fine china, you know, and they got the things at Costco to look just like porcelain plates. It's not.
I'm not gonna. Let me just put it out here. I think it's on your upbringing and what you're used to. And truth be told, like growing up, went to some family member's house, had paper plates. It's cool, I understand the dish, but certain occasions we had plates.
Yeah, but that's certain occasions. Don't act like it's every day.
But at my house with my mom, we had plates all the time. Uh-huh. Like we had to wash dishes, or my mom washed dishes, but we always ate with plates.
I hear you.
We always drank. We never had paper cups. We always had glass. Not even plastic. We had glass. Uh-huh. Glasses we drink out of. That was just a standard.
Well, to each his own. But I'm not judging nobody if you got paper plates. I'm not going to shame you for paper plates. I don't care about your upbringing. It's about what works for you and your household. At the end of the day, period.
Well, people got to cut the pettiness out too. I mean,
if
you're sitting there complaining about the paper plate, which means you have nothing else to do but focus on that paper plate.
For real. Yeah. So let us know.
You say nothing about your dish.
You say nothing about your dish. Oh, look at that paper plate, yo. That means you know they hate on the fucking dish.
You are petty. You are a hater. But let us know your thoughts. Do you think if someone posts their food that they made on a paper plate, that you can say whatever you want to say?
I mean, if you do put it out there, you're open for criticism.
Do you think people are open for criticism if they put their post with a paper plate? And I don't think so, but we want to know your thoughts. So let us know.
All right.
All right. I need to show you something to get into this convo. Next convo. There's a lot of things going on the internet right now that has been buzzing on by Black Twitter and Black Instagram. And basically they were calling out white Instagram models. And the reason being that they were doing so is that these IG models that weren't black, weren't Latino, weren't Hispanic, were posing as black models, but they are white.
How are they doing that?
So, it's like a transformation. It was stuff that was happening over time. Now, they had this one young... A transformation. There was one young lady that... that talked about wanting to have thicker lips. Wanting to... be thicker hair, things of that nature. And over time, she morphed into this black
lady, right?
Exactly.
With the big titties.
Did she change her skin color too?
No, she got melanin injections, which means that look, she went from white to about Tiff's complexion.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead ass. Her hair went from blonde to black and kinky.
So I'm gonna show you. So
Holy
I know who you're talking about, but this is the
Sugar.
same people. So this, I'm going to show you two women that transformed, morphed into literally a black woman. So they're IG models that's posing to be black IG models, but they're really white. So this is the first girl. This is what she looked like before.
Whoa.
Skinny white girl.
Okay.
And she morphed into a black woman. And I had to just,
Yo.
totally different.
Keyword morphed.
Morphed, right?
Holy
Weight, lips, hair, right?
She probably got the melanin injections.
She probably did.
Which
Whoa!
Full-fledged picture of her.
Alrighty then.
Right? This is her. This is the whole full-length picture of.
Damn, that's a
All right.
Morphed.
So another young lady. This is what she started. This is how she looks.
Okay.
This is now how she looks.
I'm gonna tell you something. Listen,
that first one is more. Is way
That's
more.
her?
Drastic.
I'm gonna tell you something.
That's her.
That black does your body good, bro. I tell you.
Can we show? Can I show a picture close?
It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna show it. When I do the post,
Yo.
they'll see because it's always blurry when you try to do it like that.
That black does
Can I
your
just see
body
that
good.
one, that first one again? 'Cause that is a drastic change.
Yeah,
I don't
she went from there
Yeah,
Yo, she went from being the size of a damn macaroni
to that. That was her.
that's amazing.
to
So-
a whole mac and cheese.
How much money she invest in herself? Like that's a true.
Nah.
So, what is your thoughts on these IG white models pretending, posing, morphing, whatever word that you
They
want
morph. They're
to
black now.
use? No, they're not black. To become black IG models.
I want to know what
Sarge.
their families are thinking. Because you got your little white daughter, your white niece, and shit like that, and all of a sudden she comes home. I mean, it's not all of a sudden. It takes
time.
process.
It's a process.
But here she is coming now. You haven't seen her in like 3 months now. She come full bodied and
Hair.
hair and everything. It's like,
But
who
so
are you?
Swag
I'm sure
talk.
she's always had an affinity for the culture. Like it's probably something since she's been young.
That's-
So they've known that.
Not
You can't deny
necessarily.
that. You can't deny
But not
that.
Most
necessarily.
of those white girls or white boys or whatever that do like they've had an affinity for the culture. I'm not mad at them at all. I'm just saying a lot of times
And you're
she
absolutely right.
just can do that overnight. without
That's
having an
absolutely
affinity
right.
for the culture.
But I don't necessarily think that's true. I think in some cases that may be the case, but it's not necessarily the case because these things that people take from us, it's hot at the time. It's the flavor of the month. Just like Angelina Jolie had the lips. We've been having those lips forever. Just back in the day when Bo Derek had the braids. We've been rocking braids forever.
Right.
Once it's hot or it's being seen in the mainstream, it's cool. White people want to take on this.
No, first what they do is not to break the subject, but what they do is they shame it, they bash it, and then once you kind of like forgetting about it, then they pick it up and make it theirs.
Like it's the new.
Now it's a new thing now since they got it.
Absolutely.
Like Madonna with the cornrows back in the day.
Right. So all of a sudden,
you go down the line of all these things that.
And then that was kind of forgotten about until I think Kim Kardashian started getting her hair braided. Like, oh my god,
look at that! I want the Kim K braids.
Right. So, they've been stealing our shit for a while, but going from white to being a black model, it's not only an affinity for, the whole black thing, but it's also body shaming who you were before.
Facts.
Okay, and you realize that the beauty, well, I'm not going to say the beauty, of course, beauty, beauty's everywhere, but you realize that you're not going to make it on your own, and you need that black to help you move forward.
But this is the problem that...
Again.
Good point. But this is the point that gets me. When an actual black woman is her natural self, with the lips, the hair, the breasts, the abs, that's too much. I take a perfect example with Serena Williams. Very muscular, very curvy,
right.
Black, full body woman. But she's manly. She's not feminine. Now you have a white woman that does this. That's full figured, body shaped, strong. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
She's perfectly shaped.
Because she doesn't pose a threat.
Exactly.
Right.
And on top of that, they try and discredit Serena for her accomplishments. They have to find something. Like, she never did drugs or performing enhancement drugs. Uh-huh. She's natural. She's worked hard at her craft. At the craft, right? Uh-huh. And she's won. So now what can we do? She's ugly. She's manly looking. Like they have no other way to
attack her, but they find something. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. That whatever she's doing, that's an investment because that shit fades away. Which means you gotta keep going back and taking shots.
Get them shots.
Yeah, get them shots.
She got a Bentley package.
No, I mean, the shit's gonna be like a damn perm. You gotta perm every 3 months? So if she don't re-up in them shots, she's gonna start fucking having the blonde hair under the black. You know what I mean? And she's gonna have to keep doing it. So
you gotta maintain. She
gotta have a reverse Odell Beckham.
Look, black people just have some pride in yourself. You see what they're doing to become us, right? So
it's a beautiful thing. Like, black is beautiful. And when I say black is beautiful, it's not to say that nothing else is not beautiful.
Not at all.
It's just that I love being black.
Yes.
And what all that God has given me. But why can't I be happy and beautiful, but and confident in my shit?
Without being shamed.
And another person that's not my complexion
or race
can be brought up, uplifted. Based on the shit that she
hasn't had the whole black experience. She might have the positive, but when she experienced some of the negative-ish that goes on with having brown skin, she might not get that maintenance.
Right. Well, that's true. They want to be black to a certain point.
But then that's when they actually they're walking a day in our shoes and see what it's like. You know, but she's not actually bad looking.
No,
I mean, the injection, I'm guessing that's what she's doing, the injections. Got her looking pretty good. So she's not going to have a lot of harassment from a lot of people because she's pretty. But
she's going to get pulled over that one time. you act like your skin isn't that color. And you talk to them the wrong way.
Uh-huh. And then you're like, oh, but what? No, you can't prove it.
Listen, we are beautiful. You are right. I agree 100%. It's just that we can't let other people define us. Black is beautiful. White is beautiful. We all are beautiful. I don't want to say that one is more than other, but I'm just happy in mine, and I shouldn't have to downgrade myself or belittle myself or take off my crown for other people to feel uplifted. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
So be who you are. And our thing is, if you want to be a black woman, then be a black woman completely. You know what I'm saying? Deal with the shit that we got to deal with.
No, that's true though.
You can't just be a black woman part-time. Be that shit 24/7.
That's why I said a couple of shows ago, if I became a woman, you know, that's what I'd probably be doing.
My question is, well, if you meet a guy like this and you have a relationship and you like, whose kid is this?
Got mulatto kids coming that way. How did that happen? Listen, it can't be from your great grandfather that was white. You know?
Right? It's like, baby, I got something to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I don't care. Just like I tell people this, that say, "Oh, I didn't know she was 16. I didn't know she was 15." I don't care if they have a body like Serena. I don't care if they look like Beyonce. The minute that they open their mouths, you know that they're a kid. The minute she opened her mouth, it's certain things that's in our blood, our swag, the way we speak, the way we carry ourselves, that other people just can't do it. Quite like us.
Right, but when you're saying speak, you're also trying to make it sound
No, I'm talking about your swag, the way you carry everything, not the...
Hey, maybe swag comes in the injection shot too. Like the moment she puts it in,
all of a sudden... this shit up.
You know what I mean? Her gestures are different.
She walk with that shit bouncing.
Yeah. You know, the shot comes with everything in it, swag and... Whatever.
Certain things can't be sold, baby. Certain things, it's just you have it or you don't have
Some things are just innate.
Yes, exactly. It's just in you. And I'm not just talking about your language or the way you speak. I'm just saying everything, your vibe.
Bet you she asked if she's going to lose that 850 credit score. I ain't going to lose his credit score.
Exactly.
I'm going to be able to bounce back, right, if I do
I hope she achieves her goal, whatever she's trying to achieve. I mean, obviously she did something already, but... Good luck to you.
Good luck. So let us know your thoughts. Do you have a feeling? Are you down with it? Should IG white models, should they be able to just steal our whole swag and pose as black women?
I'm gonna tell you right now, all I can see is this is gonna be a fucking trend that's gonna keep moving forward and fast.
It's gonna be a trend. It's been a fucking trend
but
forever.
If you didn't bring it to light, I probably wouldn't have known that this was happening. I probably would have seen shit.
You didn't know that white women are trying to be black women?
No, by actions and by getting their little hair braided and shit like that. But as far as doing
booty injection. It ain't just with the IG.
doing Zumba and doing the injection. Okay, yeah, I get that.
But the color?
But the whole color shit?
What? Bitch has been tanning forever.
No, tanning is
it's the same thing. No. What is the purpose of tanning? So that you won't be so pale. That's what. Let me tell you, I had to check this woman at work one day because she said something about her nephew. She told her sister to take him out the sun because she didn't want him to be all dark.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let it go. But then she said something. Oh, I'm so pale. I have to go get tan. I need some color. So you don't want your nephew to be dark,
but you need some color.
But you need some color. So they don't want to be pale. They get in this tanning machine to be darker, right? But they don't want to be black
because they know the tan's appreciated. But there's a difference between tan and then black. Because when somebody's tan, when somebody's naturally that tan color, it just glows.
I'm not informed what the difference between a tanning and what the sun tan. It's like, is there a difference with like white people? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, with a sun. Like,
when they go to tanning salons, they go lay down in that whole thing that emits what so-called the sunlight emits.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's supposed to get them at that same type of tone that the sun would have done.
Kelvin.
They usually do it. They usually do it around the winter time anyway, when there's not really a sun for you to tan into.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But does the sun act differently versus us like that natural sunlight? Like when it
touch you, of course.
It's not that light because he's gonna have it for too long.
It's the difference between a microwave and an oven, bro.
I don't know. I'm not informed.
Yeah, but
I gotta research.
And plus, look, the people that really tan are the people that really have that gene in their background, like Italians and Brazilians and
Greeks.
Yeah, they got that little gene in them that when they tan, it shows up. It shows that they got that olive color.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
So let us know your thoughts on this white IG models morphing, transforming into black models. Go figure.
Well, once they reject you, we'll take it.
Oh shit!
You know, like Dave Chappelle. I think like Dave Chappelle voting thing that he used to have. In the second round, we'll take. You guys can have Tiger Woods.
yeah. We'll do the trade off, and we'll take OJ or something like that. Yeah.
Crazy. Listen, can we get into our song of the week?
Yes,
wait. What episode is this though?
This is Convo 68.
68, yo.
Creole.
68.
Ça sweet.
Yeah. Now we be $60.
All that. Convo 68. Make sure you check us out on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Podomatic, TuneIn. Check out videos on YouTube. What we need.
And 5-star rating, baby. Our song of the week is Love Again by Them Gittins Boys. Connect with them on Facebook, The Gittins Boys. That's DAGITTENS Twitter and IG and YouTube, The Gittins, DAGITTENS.
Support us,
got an icebox and I'm so cold. Try again. I don't wanna be a victim of wasting time. So should I love again? Tell me, should I? Should I?
Listen, these days relationships is crazy. We know that for sure. Got my heart broke, don't wanna feel like this no more. That's why I'm focused on myself and getting this money right. I don't want no headache, off the pill, I'd rather take a flight. Ain't no telling in this life. The bottle is the good, so either way, gotta pay a price. Rolling the dice, tell me, what is love? God is love. Ain't no understanding women, they can never get enough. So what? Yeah, I said it. Feminists probably sweated. You rather a made it than instead of helping me get it. Be at war over equality. Do what a man can do, that's a real woman quality. Don't fuck around, don't bother me with all them memes and social media schemes. Ain't no different from these niggas, but this nigga got a dream. Yeah, I did some stupid shit, I know. All of that would help you grow. Just know I'm worth it all in due time, man. I overflow.
To love again. Gotta break down these walls, get straight to my heart. I'm no one ever again. Got an icebox and I'm so cold. Don't have to try again. I don't wanna be a victim of wasting time. So should I love again? Should I? Thinking of a master plan. I don't want no more pain. I don't want no more pain. I don't want no more.
Hey, say who am I to talk about broken hearts when I surely broke yours? Had you made the same mistake? What I wrote forgave yours. Give and can't take, make you think it's all fake. You got 90% of my heart, the other 10 to keep me safe. For all your calling codes, I done seen this liars hoes. Praying for another while living, I don't know. It's cold. This generation now is all about equality. The two wrongs make a right. I second guess monogamy. You call me African because I touch on this philosophy. Polygamy's insane. I know you think it's all a scheme. My lust can make me do worse. Somehow it's kinda tame. I'd rather keep it real with you instead of running games, but I'm limited. Selfish now that I'm on that paper tip. Do this all for y'all. Know all my family the slave in this. This love you, she ain't guaranteed. We all know this the finish, but as cool as we make it sound, this life will suck without relationships. Alright. Dem Gittins Boys. DEM Gittins Boys.
That was our song of the week. Before we say yay and nay, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, thumbs down.
This is a nice little smooth joint. I like it.
What's your thoughts, Hubby?
It's nice, you know. You and the female in the car, putting that on. First impressions is everything. Should be digging you can play that.
All right, so thumbs up. Make sure you send your song of the week to be featured to us at midnightconvos247@gmail.com. If you want to be on the show, want to be on a podcast with us, come sit with us. Just let me know. Hit us up at midnightconvos247@gmail.com. Keep submitting your songs. Soca, reggae, hip-hop, R&B, pop, country, spoken word, beats. We never got a beat from you guys. You keep saying it.
What's some beats?
Submit it to us. We'll get it on. We'll feature it. So send it once again to midnightconvos247@gmail.com.
That joint right there, you could be in the car on a highway or something like that while it's raining, you know, with your boo in the car. It's in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
With a joint in your hand, you just, well, don't.
No,
but you know what I'm saying.
We don't advocate that.
No, we definitely don't advocate.
You gotta do it in your house, not while driving.
Right.
Driving.
But you know what I'm saying.
From Sheezy, let's get into our next convo. I wanted to talk about this because I think it's a big thing. And it kind of resonated with me just because I worked in a school for a few years. And I know the difficulties that come with dealing with certain students. Certain students can be troublesome. Certain students can be a handful. So recently there have been a slew of videos of teachers having altercations with students. So there was one video of a music teacher getting into an altercation with a student.
I've seen that.
A male student, and initially they only posted partial video of what happened.
Right.
And basically, the teacher wouldn't allow the student into the classroom because he wasn't fully dressed. I think he didn't have his whole uniform or something to that effect.
Okay.
So he was pretty much telling him, "You're not allowed into this class." So he was telling him to leave. The student wouldn't. He was cursing at him. Saying racial slurs at him, being very aggressive, and he gave him many chances to leave. I'm telling you to leave, and I guess he couldn't take it no more, and he punched him. He snapped, punched him, and they basically were going at it. And as he fell down, there was another student that got on him. So that was one incident, and that was in California. Then it was an incident, I think it was in Maryland. I could be wrong, VA or Maryland. And it was a teacher that just came back to school. She was out for a while because she was dealing with cancer. Wow. She was battling cancer. And she came back to school. There was a disagreement between the student, and the student basically
punched her. I didn't know her backstory, but I seen that video.
She punched her.
Right. You know, first of all, that student looked like a boy for some reason. I was confused for a second.
It was a he, she.
That's what I'll say. It looked like a boy. It was a girl. Right.
It was a female. It was a female student, but you know,
still,
she was very masculine.
Still.
And this is the thing. And I don't condone teachers beating up on students, but in those cases, and especially with the case in California, that's not the case. You have to defend yourself. And there was a backstory that came out a couple of days ago. That teacher, the male teacher in California, he was jumped previously in that same school by other students because he was trying to break up a fight. And he was trying to break up the fight, and I guess they didn't want to, or whatever the case may be, and students jumped on him then.
Wow. So he had enough.
So, it's just like, when is enough? Like, you don't come to school to get beat on or to be abused, whether physically or mentally, verbally, by students.
And you're being underpaid on top.
That's a whole different topic. But how do we stop this? Because my first reaction to this is, he snapped, obviously. But these fucking kids are so disrespectful. They're so disrespectful.
Very
How
disrespectful.
do you deal with it?
First of all, this is what you need to do. You need to deal with the parents. Because if the kids come in like this to you, that means there's a disruption at home that's causing the kid to come here and feel like he could do this here. You need to talk to the parents and fucking have their ass in a fucking wrench and realize that they can't go to school and do that to somebody that has nothing to do with your business. Mm-hmm. Right? Number one. Number two, I'm not saying it's okay, but teachers do need to snap on these students that feel like they're going to run over them. Because if not, once one runs over you, then here goes the whole class.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't condone it, but I think sometimes it's necessary.
It's a necessary evil.
Listen, not for nothing. If I was a teacher, I'd probably been the same way. Because what people don't see is in the first video, well, the whole video, the kid is there for at least 2 minutes.
Yeah, just antagonizing
him. And then he walks away. He grabs like a dry board eraser. Yeah. And when he's hitting him, I'm gonna use my wife as an example, but he's hitting him like this.
With the student?
The student.
I didn't see that part.
If you notice, he's hitting him like he's never fully like going like, I'm grown. He's a man. He knows how to hit somebody. Right. He's hitting him like this with the dry board eraser. You can see there's something black in his hand.
Okay.
Now, I can't say factual that's a dry board eraser, but it's a black object that looks like square, that's rectangular, looks like the dry board eraser. And he's hitting him like this, meaning that he didn't want to hurt
full impact.
Full impact, you know, on the kid. That's it, you know. But to your point, they should have the state get involved and make it mandatory that the parents have parenting lessons or some type of trained counseling, and to watch the parents be on the kids' ass.
But there's a thing. You have these parents that come in and they're just as bad as the kids.
You're right.
And I've seen that firsthand, that you have students that's out of control. You get the parents that come in, they don't side with the teacher, they decide with their children, and they're just as rowdy and ready to buckle off just like the students. So it's a learned behavior. It's a part of your environment.
That's true.
Just like I posted something to yesterday or 2 days ago, and it was a kid, a little boy, and he was on Instagram or something with his cousin, older cousin, maybe a 13-year-old cousin, and she was like, hey, whatever the kid's name she was saying hey to, and the little boy said, hey, bitch. And I put it there, you know, because sometimes you gotta laugh at shit because it's so depressing, right? It's not funny, but it's funny because this is what we have to deal with.
Right.
And people don't realize that all these kids are not peaches and cream.
No.
That this is what we're sending out to the world. This is what we're sending out to our schools. And who Who's supposed to take care of them? Who's supposed to teach them?
The teachers are the parents for the next 6 to 7 hours that the kids are there.
Facts.
And the kids, like I said, are reacting to whatever is happening at home that's not right. Or, you know, they're, I don't know, it's tough because you have this kid, right? You might have a kid that has no issues at home, but is going through a puberty stage or being bullied or something like that in the school. So therefore, in the school, he has a different attitude that he does at home, right? So at this point, whoever's in the school, he's having an attitude with, right? Then, of course, the scenario where the kids are seeing shit at home and they come and they bring that same attitude from home to school.
You knew your kid was bad, and he ain't no different in school.
Right. That's why some of these parents are happy that their kids go to school because they don't
Give
have
them
to
a
deal
break.
with that. Right. Give them a break. But
what do we do? Because we're quick to say fire these teachers, fire him, right? And so this man or this woman will be without a job. But what are we doing? Because if it's not this teacher, it's the next teacher that's going to. We're just shuffling along the problem. Even if this teacher is fired.
We need to have a parenting course for the parents.
Absolutely.
Obviously, some of them are not doing their jobs. Like, there's a program right now with Rutgers where, you know, I forgot what it's called. Where it's children and something services, whatever. You got people going out to homes to try to mediate a situation between a parent and a child. The child's acting up, so you call these people to come in and, you know, intervene in whatever is happening. That's you not having control of your child to the point where you got to call an outside service to come and maintain this child. You see what I'm saying? So, again, some of these parents need some type of course or something for them to deal with their own child before they send them out to the world.
What about taking it back, like back in the day when it was Catholic schools and they used to have the rulers? Boom.
Yeah, but before the Catholic schools, there was a parents whooping the kids' ass. That's what I didn't want to say anything, but honestly,
the community raising a village, the community raising a child.
Right. Yeah. The whole village aspect is gone. We get that, but parents need to fucking put hands on these kids. You're sitting there being afraid of the law coming into your house saying that you're abusing your kid, but you're going to charge me if you're abusing my kid, which is not really abusing. That's what they call it. But if I don't do that now, me and this child will be paying for it later on through the law, through the system. When this kid is locked up, you know, doing some fucked up shit that he had no business doing, it's because I didn't fucking whoop his ass when he started. So parents need to fucking whoop their kids' asses. And I'm gonna let you speak. A teacher shouldn't have to deal with all that bullshit.
Teachers shouldn't have to deal with it. And the thing is, stop being their friends. Stop being their friends. Stop thinking everything is cute. Stop enabling them and set boundaries.
Now listen, at the end of the day, in this day and age, we don't whoop kids' ass. It's not the same thing from when we grew up. Like
we've become afraid. We've become afraid to whoop kids' asses. What the fuck? Yo, there's a golden rule that says whoop the kid's ass, let him cry. If not, you'll be crying. The meaning to that is if you don't do something now, later on when that kid's fucking up, you're gonna be all sad and shit like either you lost a kid or he's locked up or some shit. Whoop his fucking ass. Let him cry now.
But just to play devil's advocate,
put hands on the motherfucker.
There is a difference between discipline and abuse.
I mean, of course.
No, but you can't say of course because some people don't know when to stop. Like there's discipline and then there becomes abuse. When you're excessive with it, and that needs to be said because some people just think if you just beat the shit out of them, bang, that's discipline. You could discipline them, but you can't abuse your child.
No, we're not talking about abuse. We're talking about disciplining.
So then it's back to the parenting idea. Like I know it sucks, but if the government, the state municipal government, got involved and see that there's a problem here, that listen, if your kid keeps misbehaving, your kid and you are going to counseling. We're going to have the state. We're not trying to take the kid away from you, but there's no questions about it. If you guys don't participate, then the state might separate you from your kid. Just that threat alone goes a long way.
And the law's so quick to try to take the child away from you just because the kid is complaining about, oh, my parents whipped my ass. Okay, what did you do, kid? What made your parent or your dad, your mom or dad, smack the shit out you? Well, I stole something. There you go. Go the fuck back home. Like, I'm not taking your sign and pulling you out the house just because you got your ass over and now you're scared. No.
There's no gray area, unfortunately.
Maybe not, but...
There's no gray area.
It's a dilemma. And I'm saying that because, it's so much that kids have to deal with. We got to deal with these badass kids interrupting our students, our kids from learning, their learning atmosphere. We have to deal with these badass kids bullying our children or taking advantage, manipulating, trying to get over on our kids. It's a lot. So these kids need help, and these parents' kids need to set boundaries and make sure that they're in their ass.
Yep.
So
100%.
It's a tough situation, but before we start saying fire, get rid of the teacher, let's look at the whole story. And for that situation in California, they actually put up a GoFundMe page for this man, like for all his attorney fees that he may have incur, because most likely he has to fight for his job.
For as far as we know, that kid probably is the same kid at the house. So therefore, his parents are probably glad that the teacher put hands on him.
And then there's probably that parent that's like, fuck no, that's my kid. You don't have the right to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Even on CNN, because CNN has of course, a page. And I saw the video for the second time. I've seen the whole video. CNN is just putting on the part where he's just attacking a kid. They see none of it. Like, if you're going to see this...
You got to see the whole page.
You got to see the whole picture.
Absolutely.
But my point is, you're saying fighting for his job. Is he going to be fighting for his freedom? Because he's a...
No, definitely, because he attacked the minor, and of course he'll be fighting for his job.
He's fighting for both.
He's fighting for both.
You're gonna be fighting for. So that's why they started the GoFundMe account. They're gonna try to pay for his lawyer fees for anything that he incurs, fighting both.
This man should not be losing his job, because you could see that, at least for the portion that I've seen, he's been antagonized and his patience is running low.
He hooked the fuck out of him. Bow!
It's just too bad it wasn't a knockout from the first punch.
I'm Tyrone. Bah!
He didn't want to hurt him. He just
just
wanted to show him a lesson.
But you swung and hit. So therefore,
you connected. You
connected.
Something.
You were trying to do something. So,
so let us know, what's your thoughts on teachers and student altercation? Who's at fault? What can we do to help the situation, remedy this so that it's not happening? Because monkey see, monkey do. Like, when one person does it over here, now it's a slew of different events that's happening, and we don't need this happening. I definitely don't want it to happen in my kid's school. I definitely don't want to see it happen in your child's school.
Right.
So let's put some ideas out there. What can we do? What's the remedy? Is there ever a solution to this?
Let's start from the home and work our way out.
True indeed. I wanted to talk about something that I thought was really interesting, and with the guest that we were going to have today, it would have been perfect because she part-time drives for Uber. There was a video posted 2 weeks ago, and I meant to talk about it last week, but I didn't get a chance to. But it was a video posted from a Uber driver, and basically he was showing his earnings for that particular fare. So he received, it was like a 2-mile trip, and maybe, let's just say, I don't know exactly how much he got. So let's say he got $10. Okay. After Uber took off their fees or whatever, his final pay was $10.
Okay.
So he happened to have a conversation with the person that he drove, the recipient of the ride. Okay. And basically she showed her receipt. So it shows what the fare costs, what Uber takes, and whatever. So it didn't match up. Okay. Basically, Uber charged him, the rider, one rate,
and then pays the driver.
And it said that the ride, I guess the driver would get this particular amount. But when it came to the final number, it didn't match up. So they're basically saying that Uber is basically doing fugazi stuff with the numbers because the fare didn't match up. So for those that do ride Uber, Lyft, because I think they all do shady shit, pay attention to your receipts. If you can look at, it may not be a reality in most circumstances that you can look at the person that you road.
Right, that's not always going to be the case.
Absolutely, but if you can see, because if you're charging me this and I'm supposed to get this percentage, but the things don't match up.
But wait a minute, you have to understand something. I may be charging you, the rider, $10, right? But don't forget the fees and the taxes and things like that. And at the end of the day, the driver gets $6. Mm-hmm. You can't expect to get the whole $10.
No, you can't. No,
absolutely.
You can't. But it tells you everything. It tells you, it's a detail of what's supposed to be cost. And I guess on the right, I never took Uber.
Okay.
You've taken Uber before. I'm talking about on my account. You have the account. I never did it on my account. Why are you looking like that? I don't have it on my phone. But anyway, that's not the point. It details, I'm assuming, the payout, the fee,
right,
the waiting costs, whatever the case may be.
Uh-huh.
But they didn't. The actual driver didn't get what they were entitled to. Basically, it was saying that they were getting this number, but it was much lower. So
what she's basically saying that they're saying that it's one amount for him, total amount, and the passenger's getting charged another total amount.
Correct.
So it's maybe $15 for the passenger, but the driver thinks it's $10 the total amount.
Yeah, they're upping it up.
But that's what I'm saying. The passenger's
no,
gonna be
without all the
charged
deductions.
something.
Without the deduction, the fee is the fee.
The fee's the
minus the deduction. So, but if you're telling the driver that it's this particular fee, but it's not, and the rider's getting a different fee, that's totally different than the fees. The fees are what they are, but you can't charge one fare and then on hers it's another fare number that you're charging minus the fees. So something is going on, a little shady. It's a video. I'm going to actually send you guys a video.
That's that new CEO. He hustling. They stock is up right now. They got that new CEO. Woo, boy.
But how can people eat?
Well.
Like, this is something for you guys, for people to get extra income.
They're not worried about the masses. They're giving you the crumbs, which they feel like you should be okay with, and while they're eating, that's the whole point. I eat, you get the crumbs. If you make something out of that, great. If you can't, this is what I'm offering. Take it or leave it.
That's the bullshit.
Take it or leave it.
They're the best middleman ever, right? That's all they are. They're
right.
just a bona fide middleman.
And they're robbing you blind. So, like, most people might not know or even think to kind of compare and contrast. And I'm pretty sure this is not the first time they've done it.
Yeah.
It's just that you're not going to be fully aware, because when's the last time or whenever is the driver going to be like, look, let me see what you got.
Absolutely.
They talk, but they're not going to be talking about
the fares.
About the fares.
Monetary. But that's another thing. We need to be talking. And this is a whole nother discussion, but it's like, why do we need Uber? Why do we need Lyft? Why can't we have our black-owned riding share company?
A livery service? Yeah.
Why can't we have our own? Because we're like you said, they're getting the crumbs, and a lot of people do. I know a lot of friends, a lot of people that I'm familiar with that do this on a part-time basis for extra cash. But why do we have to use them? Why? This should be more of a reason that we need to develop our own.
Yes,
for our own.
But until then, this is a service that's available. So, you take it or leave it.
No, it can't be take it or leave it.
If not,
we got to do better, because if you're giving me crumbs, you stealing from me, and we know that you're stealing from me. It can't be take it or leave it.
You know what's real? Years and years ago, I was in between jobs, and I have friends who were holding me down, like, Ray, I need you to do this for me. I need you to take my significant other somewhere,
right,
or come get me, because I was in between jobs. This is way before Uber. So my point is that I think it is possible.
For what?
Huh?
For what?
For us to have our own service.
I like just within the network, and even if it's not like even if it's not like a business, but just having a network and taking care of each other.
I mean, you can have your own little livery service. You got your own little LLC, and you say this is what you do, and then you build up your clientele from there. Until you make something bigger out of it. So you can always do that.
Yeah.
You could do airport trips, like if that's all you want to do, from Jersey to JFK or something like that. Charge them $100. People can do it.
But it can't be taught. We have to do it, because if this, I'm going to repost this video because it's important, because a lot of people don't know that this is happening, or people don't think about that this is happening.
Right.
But it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, when do we keep saying, "Oh, we know it's happening," and we don't do anything about it? Like we know it's happening. There's proof that it's happening.
Now you know for a fact that it's happening. So
absolutely. So what are we gonna do? In the words of my boy, what is his name? The Black Eagle, Joe Madison. He said, "Now what are you gonna do about it? Now you know the facts. What are you gonna do about it?"
Hey, sit down, put that paper and pen together, and come up with something. You know, and bring it to life. It's gonna take time, but you know, it's all baby steps.
Absolutely, but as long as we're walking towards the right situation,
right? So, hey, it's a tough one.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, one thing that bothers me is that they've made a system that works for the most part and is advantageous versus the taxi cabs. I have noticed that using Uber or Lyft is much cheaper than a taxi.
Oh, it definitely.
So
is.
I can't really complain at this.
As a consumer.
But
for those that work and they need to pay their family and take care of their family,
using their own shit.
Yeah, using their own vehicle, it may be something to complain about. So we got to think of the bigger picture, not just. And that's the thing. People only care about shit when it's affecting them. So. Yeah, if you're just a consumer and you're not depending on this for your livelihood, then yeah, you might not have any complaints. Let's get into our drink of the week.
Woo! Well, this one ain't no shocker. This one is Shock Top. I think we all know this brand. This one in particular is Belgian White. So, Shock Top.
We are seeking
endorsements, but would prefer a check.
You know it. That's a thumbs up for me, dog.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chuck, yo.
King Chuck, we miss you, brother. Let's get into Cut 'Em Loose.
Oh boy.
Cut it. FYI, just in case nobody knows, that's our record. And you can put that on any time.
That's your record?
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay,
that record come on,
about to hit the flow.
Boy, in the car, we was like, cut it.
It's our whole family song. The whole team.
That's what's up.
We got videos of the kids dancing to this. It's crazy.
Alright, so usually I do music, hip-hop, movies. I did something completely different off the grid. So it's 4 things that we can possibly have.
Okay.
But we gotta cut one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with you, hubby, being the guest.
Okay.
Alright. You can have diamonds, time, fountain of youth,
oh shit,
money. Which one are you cutting?
Alright, one more again.
Diamonds, time.
You said Damons?
Diamonds, time, fountain of youth, or money.
Whoa.
Which one are you cutting?
Diamonds, of course.
And why are you cutting diamonds?
Because contrary to popular belief, they're of abundance. Like you can find diamonds like everywhere. You can compress charcoal, I believe, and create a version of a diamond.
Right.
Like you can go to a used or porn store and find a diamond ring if you're trying to marry a girl. You don't have no money. Like diamonds are of abundance. Now the quality of the diamond, that's different. But there are plenty of diamonds out here. I've talked to a diamond dealer and he reassured me there are plenty of diamonds out here.
So you're cutting diamonds.
Diamonds for sure. What about you, Jane? What you cutting?
Let me hear it again.
Diamonds, time, fountain of youth, money.
And which one am I cutting?
Which one are you cutting?
Time, fountain of youth, money, and diamond. I think I'm gonna have to agree with Bugs on this one.
You're cutting diamonds?
Yeah. You know, diamonds, like you said,
are in abundance.
And although they are some people's best friends, we know, but you know, with money you could get it, with time you could get it, with the fountain of youth, I mean, of course, you know, whatever you do with that brings you back to time and money again. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with Bugs on this one. Diamond guys, yeah.
Diamonds have to go.
What about you?
But nobody knows that the fountain of youth is real though. But anyway, we'll just look at that as far as health. But
what about you, young lady? So if you had cutting diamonds, the fountain of youth, time, or that moolah?
Moolah. You can never cut money. Moolah, babe, because money is something you can keep passing on. You can make money and pass it on for generational wealth. I'm going to cut. I wouldn't cut diamonds, and I definitely can't cut time because time is something that we want more of time, and you can never get enough. So I'm going to go with fountain of youth. One being that I enjoy getting older. I don't want to be 100 years old, but I enjoy the process of seeing myself getting old. As I'm getting older, I get to see my kids grow. I get to see the beauty in them maturing and growing into this little person
that you
created morph into something else. So I don't want to be young forever. Everything has its course and its time. So with that being said, I'm cutting fountain of youth.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I thought about it.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I also got fountain of youth is like health. Like, I want
that's
my health.
What I said.
I want my health.
So
stay beautiful, stay young. So we want to know your thoughts. What are you cutting? Diamonds, time, fountain of youth, or money? Let us know. Share your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Following Ajax on IG. What is your IG?
JJax77. JAJAX77.
Make sure you're following me, the real Tiffany Nicole, and the podcast, Midnight Convo's podcast.
And you can follow me at Ray's Real Vision. Raysville Vision. It's kind of hard to say at the top. Ray's Real Vision. Yeah. But you can follow me there if you like.
And follow King Chuck, the real King Chuck. No C. Only N.
Just a K.
Just a K. All right. So with that being said.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'd like to say rest in peace to the victims, in California.
Yeah.
It's real messed up, and people shouldn't have to go through that. You want to go out, have a good time,
enjoy yourself,
and come back home. So if you have issues, if you know you have issues, if you're not aware of somebody's telling you, seek help. Nobody else has to deal with the issue that you're dealing with. All right, so.
Well said.
Well said. Based on today's conversation. Peace out, man.
Live and let live.
Live and let live. Live and let live.
I like that. That was kind of funny. Based on today's conversation, you know it.